Hey, what is up, all my demigods and goddesses out there? It's your boy, the God, and this is gonna be a long series. Long series. Ooh, this is. I've been talking about every single Pokemon. This is gonna be Gen 1. I'm hesitant to say Part 1. It might, yeah, it's gonna be Gen 1 Part 1. But, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a long video, so sorry in advance. And I might go on tangents and whatnot. So yeah, sorry about that in advance. And also gotta give my shout out to Reshram 2000. Watch her videos. Y'all already know she played with me, the goddess. You know, she played Cold War together. She doing some videos and whatnot. Fortnite, Modern Warfare. Um, she might put a Sea of Thieves on her channel, I guess. But for right now, she got Outlast, which y'all should go watch that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and you know, tell her hi, tell her I sent you, and all that, and don't forget to like the videos and whatnot, and don't forget to like this video and whatnot too. But yeah, and go subscribe to her and all that. And yeah, let's get to the video. Yeah, we're gonna talk about every Pokemon now. Spoiler alert: I'm not gonna go through all of them with excruciating detail. So I hope y'all not, hoping for that. Some I might, but others I might just say one word and move on. But yeah, for starters, get it? For starter. Uh, for starters, we have Bulbasaur, which Bulba. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't do it. uh, Bulbasaur is okay. It's the first starter, grass starter. It's grass and poison type, which I never really liked. I like if it like it would have been better if Bulbasaur was just a regular grass type because it looks like a regular grass type and then evolves into a poison type, which would make way more sense. Just saying. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's Bulbasaur. It's not like it's the least picked starter. I know that for a fact. I know it's the least picked out of the three, like OG starters. But I mean, it's okay. Like it's the best in the game, but it's not the best in the speed run, which I don't know how that makes sense. But yeah. Um. But yeah. All right. We gonna be moving on now. Next, we have Ivysaur, which is way better, in my opinion. And it actually looks like a poison type. And also, Ivysaur, and all that. But, I'd say Ivysaur is probably. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure Ivysaur is like. It's okay. But this mid evolution is like. It's not bad or anything. It's still my least favorite of the three, but it's not. The gap's not big. It's not as big as the other three. So, yeah. And all right, I'm gonna move on. Now we have this ugly bastard, which is called Venusaur. As y'all can tell, I don't like Venusaur at all, in the slightest. I've never liked a Venusaur and and most likely never will like Venusaur. Because I mean, look at it. Look, look at it. It looks gross. All right, it looks gross. Okay, it's good competitively and it's good for the game and whatnot. Screws over Brock and Misty pretty early on. Does fairly well against Lieutenant Surge and whatnot. But I don't care. That thing looks gross. All right, and not like gross and like it's not like nasty or nothing. It just looks like ugh. It doesn't look good. Like there are other Pokemon. on this, like in the Pokedex, are just gross. Venusaur is one of them. Also, it's Mega and it's Gigantamax is stupid. Like, I get it, there's not much they can do with it, but still and all, it's pretty stupid. Now, some of y'all, I'm probably pissed someone off, which I'm gonna be doing that a lot probably, but I don't care. I don't care. Go in the comments and tell me your opinions on on the starters. But as of right now, and probably for the rest of time into oblivion, I will not like Venusaur. All right, moving on. And then we have the best, the only choice. we have the one most people chose, either because of the anime, or because it's a fire lizard, or because they know it's gonna evolve into Charizard, which it's a fire breathing dragon, even though it's not a dragon type, which is dumb, but what you gonna do, that's how it worked back then, Gen 1. But I mean, look at it. It's a Charmander. I can't do a Charmander cry, but it's pretty good. It's yeah, it's Charmander. Oh, and obviously Ash had one. We all know Ash is Charmander, and what legends it what's about to create and all that. Charmeleon. Charmeleon. It's okay. I love it. It's my favorite metal evolution, but yeah, I rarely see it in anime because Ash ones evolved too quick. Every other one who had a Charmeleon is either irrelevant or not relevant anymore. And yeah, but I still like it though. Also, their shinies, they're pretty dope. Then we have the one and only, the true beast amongst Pokemons, the legend killer, Charizard. Actually, Charizard to be specific, but Charizard nonetheless because it's just so damn good. Overrated, yes, but I mean, can you blame it for being overrated? No, it's a giant fire-breathing dragon. And I hope no one corrects me and say, but it's not a dragon type. You need to shut up. It's a giant fire breathing dragon. Alright? It's a fire breathing dragon. But yeah, it's shiny, it's pretty good. I don't know why the fuck they gave him 2 megas. I mean, it's not relevant anymore because, I'm pretty sure you can't use mega evolutions now. But the fact that they gave him 2, just like, bam. Like, there you go. Favoritism at its finest. And then there's the freaking Gigantamax, which it's okay, I guess. Not necessary. Understandable why they gave it to it. And I hate the fact Leon has a Charizard. Not because it's good or anything, because I just stomped on Leon. But that's a video for another day. That talking about every champion, yeah, that's a video for another day. Depending on how well this one does. But yeah. I'd say it's okay. I love it shiny though. It's shiny as badass as hell. No one can ever doubt that. Black Charizard with the red wings that shows the blood of his enemies. Yeah, yeah. Of course, that's just too badass. That's too badass. No one can handle that much badassery. But the show must go on. Next, Squirtle. Look, the only reason why I don't like Squirtle's probably my favorite like starting one. Like I love Charmander, but I don't know. Squirtle's just it's a Squirtle, It's a Squirtle. So yeah. Uh Actually Squirtle was overpowered. It wasn't like it was not like overpowered as it couldn't lose. It was way too strong. It was just way too strong for what it was. A Squirtle. But yeah, yeah. I'd say it was not gonna say it was the best water type starter, but that's what it featured. But yeah, it was a Squirtle. Also, May had a Squirtle, and also Gary motherfucking Oak had one. But we're gonna get that later. We're gonna talk about that later. Next is Wartortle, which I don't really like Wartortle like that. No, not really. I don't really like Wartortle like that because I mean it's it's a Wartortle. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a drastic evolution change, which I don't mind, but that hair and stuff, like I get the reference. Like it's a reference to like a old Japanese or Chinese folklore, like a turtle with hair or some crap like that. But like, it like Also, May had one, but yeah, and Ash should have one, but at the same time, maybe he shouldn't because I mean, why stop at just War Turtle when you could evolve into Blastoise? Because let's face facts. Blastoise is just Water Bowser. Like Blastoise is literally Bowser fused with Flood. If anyone gets that, but I'd say just for the simple fact, like, look at his face. He looks like he just fucked someone up. Like you can't like you can't deny the badassery that is Blastoise. And if you do, he'll blast you into oblivion with those giant, bat cannons that could punch holes through steel. Which, eesh, that is not good. That is not good in the slightest. But yeah. Also, also mentioning that they had a few years back they had a death battle with the three starters. Blastoise won. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, Blastoise won more times than not. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah. But yeah. Also, a few people had Blastoise, like like Torino, you know, and people like Gary motherfucking Oak. Yeah. I know I'm pissing a certain someone off every time I mention him, but the best rival. Uh, um, yeah, Blastoise is he looks cool. Also, his Mega is pretty cool. His ability for his Mega, I forgot what it's called, Mega Launcher, which that's probably the most badass name for an ability like ever. Mega Launcher. Oh, it sounds so good. But and his Gigantamax is pretty cool. His Gigantamax is straight up overkill. Like if y'all seen his Gigantamax, y'all would know that it's just like a billion cannons on his back. So I'm like, Jesus, bro, who you trying to fight like that? This is a one man army back right there. But yeah, moving on. Caterpie. It is a worm. Ash had one. I'm pretty sure everyone caught a Caterpie either because one is probably the first thing they saw, or like two, and probably the main reason is because Ash had one, and it was like, ooh, 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 I know what it evolves into, or like I don't know what it's gonna evolve into, but I might get it before Ash, and like I don't know when the anime came out, like when the game came out too, like I don't know like the specific time, but yeah, but it's like most people like, I want to get a Butterfree just like Ash and whatnot. And this time I'm gonna keep it until they realize how bad it was. But yeah, it's a Caterpie. Most people caught it like one of their first Pokemon. It's a Caterpie because they just want to teach. Caterpie is basically teaching you how evolution works and all that. Next we have Metapod. Harden. Okay, moving on. Also, the epic hardened battle between Ash and the dude with the samurai hat back in, the original anime. Yeah. Moving on. All right, next we have Butterfree. Is it just me or like what was up with the pink Butterfree? Like I get it in Gen 1, genders wasn't really a thing. They didn't make genders a thing in Gen 1. But if that's the case, then why even bother? Like I get it. You need a reason for Butterfree to leave instead of Ash just putting him in the box forever. But you know, it's Butterfree. Also, let's be real. Why do I have a feeling everyone used Butterfree until after around Misty or like somewhere around Lieutenant Surge when they just realized how bad it actually is. Like I used it all the way up until Lieutenant Surge because it was clutched against Brock because I didn't have anything to beat Brock really. The only thing I could have had was a Nidorino, or like not a Nidorino, like a Nidoran. But my Nidoran didn't know double kick yet, so I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. So I just leveled up my Butterfree and my Charmeleon because it was a Charmeleon at that point, and they just wrecked shop barely after like a crap ton of attempts. But yeah, and its Gigantamax is good. It's pretty good. I like it. But it should have had a Mega. Like, why not? You give Beedrill a Mega, but not Butterfree, the obviously more popular one. Okay, all right, game. I see you. I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, wow, Nintendo, wow, Game Freak, come on now, really? I was like, okay, all right, but you know. Butterfree would have been better. Uh, but yeah. Next, Weedle, or what I like to call Eedle, Eedle. I mean Evil Caterpie. Uh, this is basically what it is. I mean, it's a poison type, which I hated. I hated fighting Weedle at the beginning of the game because of the simple fact that it can poison you. And me being a kid, at the time I played the original Gen 1, I didn't know much about potion. Like, I didn't know much about healing items. Not really. I didn't know about antidotes. Not really. Like, it was just like I was struggling. I was like, man, can't wait to get out of this forest. And then I did. And then at one point I did use a Beedrill, but that was like in Gen 2. So yeah, and it was only good until I fought Whitney. Until I fought Whitney. Yep. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video in the making. But yeah. Kakuna. Um, Harden. Also, is it just me or like does that look like a tie? Don't that look like a tie on Kakuna's like front like plate or whatever? Like, don't that look like a tie or is that just me? And anyway, in Gen 1, its original sprite looked at hella terrifying. I'm like, what the? Why does it have arms? And then I realized, alright, because it evolves into Beedrill. Let's just say its mega is pretty badass. Was it necessary? No. Was it needed? No. Do I appreciate it? Yes. Should Butterfree have one? Yes. Am I still salty about it? Not really. Kinda. Not really. And most villain teams in the movies be having Beedrill, especially like in like around Gen 3 and stuff. They be usually having like Beedrill. And I'm like, why y'all having this weak bug type like spamming pin missile? Why? Or like poison sting or some crap. And I'm like, really? That's the best y'all got? Okay, whatever. And yeah. Oh, and fun fact. Um Beedrill was the only Pokemon that could hurt a psychic type. Like, not like super effectively, I mean. because in Gen 1 Psychic is only weak against Bug, but its strongest bug move did like, what, 50 damage, and it's Beedrill, and, you know, they got smacked by Psychic anyway, so, you know, yeah. Alright, moving on. It said moving on, goddammit. There we go. Pidgey. Everyone, just, you don't even have to answer the question. I know almost everyone caught a Pidgey. Definitely. If you didn't, even if you didn't watch the anime, you caught a Pidgey. I know you did. It's either you caught a Pidgey or you waited until you found like Spearow or something, which who uses Spearow? Ugh. Anyway, Spearow? Ugh, no. Oh, gross. No. Big no. But yeah, that was Pidgey. Next we have Pidgeotto, which is way more rememberable because Ash had one, and for the simple fact that look at that flowing hair. Like it looks, first of all, it looks edgy for some reason. It looks now that I get a good look at it, it looks extremely edgy. Like, I'm too badass for you. You can't catch me. Fuck out of here. But it's pretty good. And then, you know, also just to mention, their shinies are pretty good too. I love their shinies. It's just that their hair turns yellow, like their feathers turn yellow, but it's still cool. They're super birds. They're Super Saiyan birds. And speaking of Super Saiyan birds, we got Pidgeot, which it's mega. It's so cool. I mean, it wasn't necessary, no, but I still love it because yes, it needed it bad because Pidgeot sucked. Like, let's be real. Everyone had a Pidgeot, but no one liked it using it. It was terrible. And besides, if you didn't like have the only reason why you pick a Pidgeot is because out of one, because you know you don't want to be like Ash and have a Pidgeot and put it in a box forever, say I'm gonna come back and get you and never do. Um, but yeah, I'd say yeah, it's Pidgeot. You know, Mega Pidgeot's pretty cool. Not necessary, but love it. Ash should have kept his, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, it's good old Pidgeot. Also, some gym leaders had him. Like Faulkner had one, but oh, Blue had one too. But yeah. All right, next we have Rattata, what I like to use to I can't speak. Or what I used to say back in the day when I was younger, I called it Ratatat. But in fact, I guess it's Rattata. I don't know. But either way, I don't know why I called it Ratata. Ratatatata. But Rattata, it's a rat. It's a rat. That's all it is. And Raticate. It's a bigger rat with giant teeth that looks like it'll eat you if given the opportunity. Also, Blue had one. I'm pretty sure it died or was in the box because, you know, he went to the Polka, graveyard and whatnot to Lavender Town, which, ooh, that music, ooh, Lavender Town music, ooh, that was some eerie stuff back in the day, ooh. I can still hear the song in my head now. And I think I just awoken some flashbacks with some people. And apparently, like, back in the day, they had, like, a theory or, like, something that, like, people be having seizures and stuff, hearing the notes. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, Jesus. And then there's this theory that a Pokemon's actually singing the song, which, I mean, what could it be? Like, if there was a Pokemon, what could it be? And, like, in Gen 2, but that, that's for another video. I ain't gonna say it now, but let's just say it has something to do with Gen 2. But yeah, Raticate, giant rat. No one likes it. Next, Sparrow. If you didn't choose Pidgeot, you chose Sparrow. Not many people chose Sparrow. I don't like Sparrow. I know someone likes Sparrow, but I mean, you know, it's Sparrow. So, you know. You know, I'd say, eh, you know, oh yeah, and one on the anime, they had a flock. There's usually a flock of sparrows in the anime that attacks Ash. Like in the first episode, Pikachu's Thunderbolt or Thunder Shock or whatever, and it got struck by lightning itself, and then it just blew up like all the sparrows. And yeah, and the whole Ash Coma theory happened with that. But next, all right, next we have Pharaoh, which it's just a giant bird. Like you can't like there's nothing interesting about Pharaoh except for the fact that like Blue had one. That's about it. I know someone likes Pharaoh and it's actually pretty useful in Gen 2, but that's that's a whole nother story. That's if you have a lack of, flying types. Like if you like struggling to catch a flying type, you just get one. Which you're not struggling to catch a flying type. You're not. I don't think no one would be, but if you want a high level Pokemon, there you go. Next we have Ekans, which is snake backwards. Just look at Ekans, put it backwards, and it's snake. I know most people already know that, but for the ones that didn't know that, there you go. Also, Jesse had one. And, you know, I'm not going to say it's good. I never used one because it was Ekans and Ekans. Like, come on now. It's Ekans. Next, we have Arbok. Arbok. Shabak. Pretty good, pretty good. I could do better, but yeah, that's for later. And again, with the naming scheme, if you put it backwards, flip it around a little bit, it says Cobra with a K. Because, yeah, it'd be too obvious if it was a C, I guess. But, yeah. Also, fun fact about Arbok, in every generation, its face has a different design. And I'm like, oh, wow, well, that's cool. And, it's pretty good. Jessie had one. She released it. That was a tragic moment in anime. She released Arbok, and I was like, oh, that's sad. But yeah, it's a poison type, so I I guarantee you not many people use it. Not because it's a poison type, just because it's Arbok. All right, next we have the mascot. Do I even have to like say anything? Like, do I have to go into detail of what the hell a Pikachu is? Like, what do I have my thoughts on Pikachu? It's a Pikachu. It's the mascot. It's Pikachu. Like Ash's Pikachu. Like, just at that point, just watch anime. Just watch the anime at that point. But there's certain things about Pikachu and Ash's Pikachu specifically that I don't like. Um, the fact that it's overrated, but it's the mascot, so it's understandable. And also, why? Like, in my opinion, Pikachu is just like, especially like Ash's Pikachu. It's broken, but at the same time, they nerfed the crap out of it. Like, how you lose to a level 5 Snivy? Like, there is no way Ash should have lost that fight. How just a season before, just a few episodes before losing to that Snivy, you just tied with a legendary, and before that, you beat it a legendary, but you lose to a level 5 Snivy, to a dude who literally just got his Pokemon. And someone's gonna be like, oh, but he got struck by lightning by Zekrom and it reset his level and made him weaker. Okay, it didn't even make him weaker for one. He just couldn't use his electric type moves. And for two, one Iron Tail, one quick attack should have killed it. One quick attack should have been enough. Literally. That's it. Quick attack. Pikachu, use quick attack. Dead. Simple enough. Sad. It's a sad, sad world with that one. Alright, next is Raichu. No one likes Raichu. I mean, I like Raichu, but the people who don't like Raichu, most people like Pikachu more, especially because of the episode with Lieutenant Surge, because he evolved as Raichu way too early. And I'm like, bruh, that is unfortunate. And also, apparently, Raichu had Raichu had an evolution, which was Gorachu, which that could still be a thing. In all honesty, just make it a split evolution from Pikachu, like make Pikachu like a certain level, like level 50 or something, and like teach it belly drum or something. I don't know. Like if y'all see the design, if y'all saw the design for Gorachu, just Google that and you'll know what I mean by like belly drum or something. But yeah, that's Raichu. Oh, and Volkner had Raichu. I just like mentioning that because he's Volkner and everyone loves Volkner. And Lieutenant Surge too. Alright, next is Sandshrew. It's a I don't even know what the hell Sandshrew is. Like is it a mouse? Or armadillo? Or no, I don't know. But it's a Sandshrew. It looks cool. I like it. Then there's Sandslash, which I love it's shiny because it's red, and I call him Knuckles because the red, and the blood of his enemies and all that. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing me saying that. Like if it's a shiny that I like and like know about, and if it's red, I'm gonna be saying the blood of his enemies a lot. So yeah, but that's Sandslash. Well, moving on. All right, Nidoran female. I love how they don't bring genders into it except for like Nidoran, and I'm like, shouldn't Nidoran just be like gender neutral? Like not gender neutral, but like, shouldn't they just be one Nidoran, and then the male one just evolves into like they should have fixed it in Gen 2. Like they should have just fused Nidoran into one Nidoran and then Nidorino and Nidorina, male or female, defensive attack, Nido King, Nido Queen, and all that. But no, they still have Nidoran female, which, I mean, yeah. Then there's Nidorina, which, self-explanatory, but I don't really like Nidorina like that. I mean, it's okay, but, nah. Then we have Nido Queen, which Gary motherfucking Oak had one, so yeah. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, Giovanni had one too. Uh but I don't really like Nido Queen like that. Like it's okay, but it's nothing too special. Nidoran male, however, he looks way more aggressive and I love that. His ears are huge though. When you realize his ears are bigger than his head and it looks like it's almost as big as long as his body. Holy crap. Look at it. And look at his little tooth. Look at his little tooth, y'all. Look at the little tooth. Yeah. Remember, this thing can poison you. Alright, then there's Nidorino, which sounds so cool. Nidorino. Uh I'm pretty sure Professor Oak had one, right? Like is that like confirmed yet? Like is that confirmed that Professor Oak fought Agatha with the Nidorino? God knows why he didn't use a Nido King, but with Nidorino. Alright, next We have the one and only Nido King, which Gary Motherfucker Oak had one. Giovanni had one. I'm pretty sure Professor Oak had one. Have one. But I just want to say that its cry in the game sounds so. I'm not gonna say majestic. That would be wrong. Like aggressive and high pitched, like screeching, and I love that. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Also, like, oh, Paul had one too. But anyway, it to me, I just love Nido King way more than I love Nido Queen, just for the fact that it's way more like diverse. I guess it had like its moves like it has so many good moves that like it just crumbles to the four move pools it get like the four moves it gets. Like you have so many choices. It's a tough decision, you know. Also, it knows Mega Horn, which is cool. Clefairy. Moving on. Clefable. Moving on. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like those two. That's why I didn't say anything about them. That's all I'm gonna say about them. They got broken in Gen 6 because fairy types were a thing, but other than that, I don't like them. Vulpix. I like Vulpix. You know, Vulpix is cute. Look at it. Look at her. I call it her, but look at it. Vulpix. Also, Brock had one, which most people be forgetting that Brock had a Vulpix. I be forgetting sometimes too, but I mean, if you don't have a Charizard, get a Vulpix. Why not? This is pretty decent. It's not too bad. Then there's Ninetales. It's literally look at its name, Nine Tails. Not nine tails as in it's nine tails, but nine tails is like nine stories about nine tails. Nine tails. Now, anyway. It looks majestic. Look at it. It looks like, you know, something you see like here from a old old story about this nine-tailed fox that does this, a trickster and whatnot. It looks like it'll mess with you just to be a douche about it. Look at it. Look at that smug face. Look at that. Also, it's shiny. It's silver, which is awesome. All right, next. Next we have Jigglypuff. It's good in anime. I like it in anime because was it just me or like I thought Ash caught the Jigglypuff, but he didn't. So I was like, well, that's weird. But yeah, I like Jigglypuff actually. It's pretty good. And there's Wigglytuff. Moving on, because no one likes Wigglytuff. Anyway, Zubat, the most annoying Pokemon in existence. No cap. No one can say that Zubat, like, everyone can agree with me on this and say that Zubat is the most annoying Pokemon to find in a game ever. Because, especially in Gen 1, you take a step, you thinking, wow, I didn't run into a single Pokemon. As soon as you say that, you run into like 50 Zubats for every step you take from now on. And it's annoying because it's fast and knows Confuse Ray. Or like, yeah, Confuse Ray? No, not Confuse Ray. Yeah, was it Confuse Ray? No. It was Supersonic. It was Supersonic, which has a low accuracy. But, apparently when Zubat uses it, it's like 100% guaranteed you will be confused and you won't be able to escape. So, yeah. Then there's Golbat. I don't like Golbat at all for the simple fact that his mouth is way too open. Like, what would it look like if it closed its mouth? How does it sleep? How does it drink water? How does it how does it do? How does it do? Just in general. Like, how does it function? And this thing is super fast and annoying and has the more accurate Confuse Ray. As if it needed that. No one chose Golbat just for the simple fact that it was annoying as hell and it wasn't good. Until Gen 2, which it became worth it. Alright, next is Oddish. Smoke weed every day because it's the weed Pokemon. Nothing to say about that one. It's the weed Pokemon. Gloom. Smoke weed every day. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. But Gloom is, well, it looks drought, like it looks sad because I guess Gloom, yeah, you know. Also, it's drooling. Is anyone going to talk about that? Like, why is it perpetually drooling? Like, glue. It's just drooling. Like, what is that? Like, is he like? I don't know, but you know, yeah. Next, Vileplume. Vileplume is actually pretty good, but I mean, if you're gonna get a grass and poison type, might as well just get Venusaur or Victory Bell. But it's not like it's bad. It's just like it's just it wouldn't be your first option, you know. Also, the giant. Also, Venusaur and Vileplume has the same like origin. You know, it's based what is based off of Paris. Trash. Worst typing ever. Grass and bug does not go together at all. Parasect. It's a zombie now. It's still terrible. And some people are like, "How is it a zombie?" See that giant fungus on his back? Yeah, it's eating Parasect. Yeah, I mean, look at his eyes. I'm pretty sure Parasect is now dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the fungus is the Pokemon at this point. All right, Venonat. Venonat. It's Venonat. You know, like Venonat is like it's a good Pokemon. Not really good Pokemon, but you know, it's okay. I like it. It looks cool. Um, I would people was always saying like Butterfree, like Venonat should evolve into Butterfree, and I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. Like, sure, like they both have like very similar designs and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure gnats don't turn into butterflies. Just saying, you know. And last time I checked, Venonat was a poison type, so yeah. Then we have Venomoth. Venomoth. I love Venomoth. I love Venomoth in anime because its cries just like this. Venomoth. Venomoth. I like that. I like it's so fun. I love doing that. But anyway, it's pretty good. It's very misleading. It knows way too many psychic type moves, and I hate that for it. Also, Koga has one. So yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but like all how most bug types are in the first few generations, it's not that good, you know. But yeah. All right. Next we have Diglett. It's a Diglett, or what I should call the savior of Vermilion City, because if you don't have this thing against Lieutenant Surge, you're gonna have a hell of a time. It won't be too bad, but Diglett makes it very easier. Also, Dugtrio makes it even easier. And also, Diglett dig, Drio. I've been stuck in my head for years, and I hate it. And a certain someone reminded me of it, and I'm not stuck in my head again. Whatever. But I don't like it. Not for the fact that the main reason why I don't like it is because of the fact that it's literally like, how does it evolve? Like, I know in the game it just evolves, but like in the anime, how would it evolve? Like, you telling me that one Diglett will like grow two other Diglets on the side? Really? Or like, would it make more sense if three Diglets just combined into Duck Trio? Trio. Also, Duck Trio has anger problems because every time I see Duck Trio, he just gets pissed in the anime. He's like, Trio. Yeah. Also, a couple of like, I don't know. I like Duck Trio though. Alolan Duck Trio is probably one of the only times I'm gonna mention it, but that hair has to go. I'm sorry. the balds work. But yeah. Next, Meowth. That's right. That's the only time y'all gonna hear me do that. But that's the only reason why anyone even talks about Meowth, because of Team Rocket. And the only reason, and Persian, the only reason why people even like Persian is because Giovanni has one. And even then, you're not gonna like Persian. And then Gen 1, it had a high crit chance with Slash and whatnot, but it was still terrible. It was still terrible. Yeah, it was still pretty bad. Alright. Psyduck. Shiny. Psyduck is, Misty had one which, basically saved her character, basically. Because if it wasn't for Psyduck, I don't think I would have liked Misty that much. Not really, no. But, yeah. Also, his name should be Golduck. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they did that on purpose or it was an accident. His name should be. It's a literal golden duck. Then there's Psyduck. Oh, I'm sorry. Golduck. Don't you see the gold? I see the gold. On the other Pokemon. Why isn't Golduck a psychic type? Like, I know it wouldn't be that good compared to, like, Starmie, but it has a jewel in its forehead. And also, going back to Psyduck real quick, I love how it basically mastered its psychic powers with its headaches and whatnot. And like in Detective Pikachu, he listens to like cool music, and it's like if he don't, they'll explode and die. And I'm like, wow. Well, isn't that something? Okay. But Golduck, and no one really likes Golduck, but it's good. It's good, and I'm pretty sure you could sweep a certain lance with a Golduck if you can. A Mankey. It's a monkey. An angry monkey, but a monkey. Primeape. An even angrier monkey. Or a primate. The one thing that I will, the one thing I will mention though, it knows Iron Tail. It can learn Iron Tail. Do y'all see something wrong with that? I do. It doesn't have a tail. But that will go on to the wayside, because as the generation goes on, more and more Pokemon gonna learn moves they really shouldn't. I'm looking at you, Wooper. But anyway, yeah. Moving on. Alright, okay. Alright, we have Growlithe, which is basically just a puppy that's on fire. I'm pretty sure it's called the puppy Pokemon. But look at it. Now, if you didn't choose Charizard, choose Growlithe. Because it's a Growlithe. It's a pretty decent fire type. Not too bad, not too shabby. Way better than Vulpix, in my opinion. But yeah. And it just looks so awesome. But there's one thing that pisses me off about it. It doesn't know Growl. Growlithe doesn't know Growl. Growlithe doesn't know Growl. Why? I don't know. That's dumb. That is dumb. I hate that, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Moving on. Also, it's shiny as gold because, gold and silver, in Pokemon Gold and Silver, one's in gold, one's in silver, and, Next we have, and the last one we're going to be doing, the legendary Pokemon. Arcanine. Whoops. Arcanine. Yep, the one and only. Look at this thing. Look at it. It looks so majestic. I would love an Arcanine as a pet. Also, Arcanine is huge. Look at it. It's so cool. It's so cool. Look at it. It's the legendary Pokemon. This one's obviously this is obviously without question the second best fire type in the game, in red and blue, and in like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, in Heart Gold and in Gold and Silver, I'd rank them like 3 or maybe 4, because now there's more fire types. But Arcanine is so awesome. But look at it. Look at it. Also, it knows dragon type moves. It knows earthquake. It knows close combat for some reason. It has extreme speed. Like, wow. You know what? I would love for Ash to just catch an Arcanine just for the hell of it. Just like, I caught an Arcanine. I'll be like, let's go, Ash. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, yes indeed. Alright. Also, Blaine had an Arcanine, and Gary motherfucking Oak had an Arcanine as well. I had to mention that one last time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video off here. Um, Sorry that this video has been longer than anticipated, and I'm like a little over halfway. So if this video does well, I guess I'm gonna do a part 2. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that. And again, go subscribe to Restaurant 2000. She got a video. It's cool and whatnot. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all next time. 'Cause I'm out.